I know you're not doing the really like shooting the before the episode kind of stuff, but I mean we still can if you want to. Do you want to?
Um.
I've got things to talk about.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I figured I'd tell you because you're the only person that would care about this. I sometimes go through what like articles that Google will suggest me. None of this is important. Anyways, I got suggested an article that was it was like titled like "Woman's Love of Star Trek Causes Her Thousands of Dollars in Fines," and I was like, unbelievable. I don't know how this could go wrong. Well, it turns out that like when she was driving, she got a license plate personalized that was NCC 1701.
Yeah.
So that's her Star Trek license plate. Then she was like, I'm not driving anymore. Traded in her car. Retired the license plate. I guess so you turn them in now or whatever. I thought you get to keep them, but whatever. Well, they sell novelty license plates online, and hundreds of Star Trek fans were buying them and putting them on their car illegally and running through traffic things like running red lights or speeding. And like, you know how like some towns have like the automatic things where it takes a picture of your license plate if you're speeding?
Yes.
So it was taking pictures of those while those people were doing illegal activities, and it was sending the fines to her house, and she was getting like summons for court and everything. And she's like, dude, I don't even drive anymore. And she got a letter in the mail for a car, for not even a car, it was for a motorcycle that did a traffic violation, and then also one for a robbery. And so I thought that was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So if you guys are going to do anything illegal, you better go buy a novelty license plate and put it on your car.
Merry Christmas and welcome to Tomorrow is Yesterday, the show where we review every episode of Star Trek in production order. My name is Rianne Couch, and with me this week is our most consistent guest host, my better half, Rianne Couch. David goes to sleep at 8:30 because he's an old man, so I got Ryan today.
Hello. Most consistent guest host? I'm your only guest host.
That is accurate.
Just saying. A trophy isn't a trophy if you're the only one that competed. I don't feel special. We have another guest host today. You might hear her. I'm not going to try to get her to make a sound. It's Baby Couch.
Yes, our baby is awake, and we will try to get her to sleep as we record this episode.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I thought you were going to like introduce the episode first or anything.
Oh, no, you said you had something you wanted to say.
Well, usually you're like, today we're talking about blah, 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 and this is the entire cast and their family.
Yeah, I do that, but like usually after the opening banter.
I thought we kind of did our banter with the license plate jargon.
Yeah, I'll try to edit that in.
Okay, yeah, that'd be pretty lovely.
Okay.
I'm playing a lot of Skyrim lately.
Oh, yeah?
Honestly, I think it's the way of coping with stress. Something about slaying dragons and getting hoes really heals my soul.
I'm glad.
Oh, I guess in movie talks and whatever, this is more your style. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed watching Die Hard, and I was kind of ashamed to admit it because I've kind of crapped on it for a long time.
Yeah?
It's not that I thought that it was going to be a bad movie. It's that I didn't want to believe that it was going to be a Christmas movie. And so I kind of stuck to my guns about being like, it's not a Christmas movie, it's not a Christmas movie. And then I just never, ever watched it. I think I was around you while you were watching it one year, but I didn't watch it with you. But
yeah. I think I remember that.
But yes, Christmas plays a major part in the plot. There's comments about Christmas, jokes about Christmas. There's literally the entire thing's Christmas theme. There's little hints of Christmas music. The whole entire score isn't Christmas, but there is Christmas music in there for sure. And yes, it's, the whole thing is he's there for the holidays for his wife. And so that plays into the plot. And yes, without Christmas, there would be no Die Hard. So.
Thank you.
I do admit. So maybe next time I'll give something a try before judging it. And maybe that should give you an idea of maybe you should just at least watch a quarter of Twilight for me. Even though, I don't like Twilight. I just think it's really, really funny. It's funny. It's fun bad.
I'm just happy that I converted someone to a Die Hard as a Christmas movie. I would argue that Die Hard 2 is not a Christmas movie, though.
Did they try to make it a Christmas movie?
Yeah, that's just a movie that takes place during Christmas.
I guess I'll have to watch that to see if you're right.
You can take Christmas out of that movie and still have a movie.
I agree. All right, introduce your peoples, and then I've got an interjection.
All right, and with that, let's get into this episode. Metamorphosis, first aired on November 10th, 1967, was written by Gene L. Kuhn, who we last mentioned for writing Errand of Mercy, and directed by Ralph Sinensky, who we last mentioned for directing This Side of Paradise. And, of course, we got our cast. We have Glenn Corbett as Zephram Cochrane, Eleanor Donahue as Assistant Commissioner Nancy Hedford, James Doohan as Lieutenant Commander Scott, who I forgot to write down what we last saw him in. What episode did we do last?
I wouldn't
Cat's
know.
Paw. We last saw him in Cat's Paw. George Takei as Lieutenant Sulu, who we also last saw in Cat's Paw. And Nichelle Nichols as Lieutenant Uhura, who also we last saw in Cat's Paw. That was easy. I forgot to write those down, but that was easy.
Glad that was easy for you, baby.
Thank you.
Was that all for your introduction?
That is the cast. That's all we got this week.
So, whenever you said that you would like my opinion on this episode, what was that for? You said something about like a woman's opinion.
I said that I felt that the main female character in this episode was kind of treated poorly by the writers, and I just wanted to see what your opinion on that was.
Treated poorly, like how?
I don't know. She's kind of just... This is a clean podcast. I can't say the word. She's kind of just... At the beginning, she's kind of just like a... And everyone treats her like she's just kind of a... And then they give her this fatal illness. And then when she's dying, she's just like, I've never been in love. Like... That's your whole thing is you're a commissioner who's meant to stop a war, and like when you're dying, you're just talking about how you were never in love, and then you were possessed by an alien, so that the alien could love on this guy that the alien loves.
The whole storyline with her is, I mean, obviously complex. I did not feel at any point offended by her character. I was more annoyed in the beginning, but I did feel like I was trying to keep an open mind about her because at first I was really put off. I was like, man, she's kind of obnoxious. Like, I really, really hate the whole like headstrong, like, I'm all about business, all about work, nothing else matters to me, and I will get my job done, so help me God. I don't like that kind of character. It just is really annoying to me. Like, nothing else matters except for this task. And it's like, okay, well, sometimes unavoidable things happen and you just gotta chill. And I don't think it's completely unrealistic for somebody of that kind of like status to be kind of like that. And then I feel like no matter what character they put in that position, it's still gonna be a weird plot line because you're taking a person who is then is basically getting venomed and existing alongside an alien to be in love with this dude. And I feel like they tried to kind of lay the foundation of, I mean, I don't even remember her name. That's how unimportant she was to me. But for her actual person, her human body, to kind of be interested in Cochrane, I feel like they kind of tried to whenever they first arrived. And he was like, and a female. Like, I feel like they were trying to like lay down the essence of wanting to bang a lang, you know? I mean, man's been stranded on there for what, 150 years, as they said?
Yes.
150 years and he got no poontang, so just saying. That's a long time without anything, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like she probably also has probably felt like she's gone 150 years without knowing, you know, bang-a-lang going. So I feel like they tried in their best, 1960s way to lay down the foundation of some chemistry there. But I guess Cochrane just didn't have the Kirk charm.
Yeah. You know what they say about old men? Because he was 87 150 years ago.
The only thing that I'm disappointed about is, like, I wish she could have left the planet.
Oh, yeah?
I feel like it would have been a better plot line that they actually were able to leave the planet. And I'm okay with the idea of her and the alien being one Because if the alien had just completely took over her body, then that had been like, okay, well, she's not consenting to this. This is crazy. But she did say she doesn't want to die and she wants to be loved. And she was just kind of jealous about the fact that he has all this love but doesn't want it. And so I kind of feel like they laid down the foundation the only way they could for this episode to work. Whoever came up with the idea for this episode was like pulling teeth to make this work, because I feel like it was really tricky to make it happen. And they did, even though it kind of feels wonky.
And that's why the writer of this episode was the executive producer.
I don't know anything about that.
It means he was in charge of the show.
He's not the one responsible for all the creepy, weird Star Trek episodes, is he?
No. This isn't Gene Roddenberry. This is the other Gene L. Coon.
I didn't know there was multiple Genes.
There are multiple Genes.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that and see why you wanted my opinion on this, because I was kind of analyzing it the whole time, thinking of like, well, what could it possibly be that you need my opinion on? And I figured it was something feminine related. The only thing that bothered me a little bit was whenever he was talking about the voices, where he was like, when she talks to you, her voice is soft and melodic. And then I kind of got like a little angry about it. I was like, oh, well, that's so sexist. But then I was like, oh, wait, that's just the feminist in me trying to be mad about that. And I was like, not everybody talks to their husband like they're angry all the time like I do. It's like, I bet you wish that I talked to you melodic and sing-songy.
You also reminded me of how Kirk says that male and female are universal constants. That line didn't age well.
Not going to be everybody's favorite comment from me, but scientifically speaking, there is sexual dimorphism among many, many, many creatures, many, many organisms. That is pretty constant. Humans and like very few other animals are the ones that kind of have like this wishy-washy, like obviously we can't change our genders. Like there's like bugs and animals out there that can literally change their sexes, you know? And some that are even like asexual and reproduce on their own.
Exactly.
But humans have very clear sexual dimorphism, and there's like not a physical boundary in between there. Like, well, there's not like a physical like gradient. There's a mental gradient. There's like a hormonal gradient where obviously people are born and like have a male brain and they're in a female body, or a female brain and then they're in a male body, and like it's very, very complex. And I do believe that there is a spectrum here. But back then in the 60s, you know, from what they knew, sexual dimorphism, that's a pretty solid assessment.
Well, even if we're not even just talking about like that, if we're just talking about like, this is a ship of people going to alien worlds, the idea that every alien you meet are going to have the two genders, and there's
like that one species that had the third gender that was just for reproducing.
Yeah, and technically that show took place before this show, so a little retconning going on there.
I mean, I guess so. Maybe Kirk is right-winger or something.
But yeah, just the idea that even in the 60s in their writing, like, of all the planets you could go to, all the alien species, that every alien species has the same genders that we do is just kind of ridiculous.
I mean, with the existence of, like, how biology is for other creatures and stuff here, knowing what we know now, and people still deny certain things, like, it's pretty realistic. I don't feel like it's unrealistic for Kirk to have, like...
I don't know, like, this alien is literally just a cloud. You're telling me that a cloud's gonna have a gender?
That cloud has some poontang, and you know it.
Okay.
Oh, I have an idea for your picture for this podcast.
Oh?
You should take the picture of the cloud over Cochrane, and you should take my head and make it, like, transparent and over you.
I've thought about something like that. I thought about putting your head on top of the cloud.
No, make my entire head on that thing transparent.
I'm not that good at Photoshop.
You just have to Photoshop out my head, put it over the cloud completely, and then make the image transparent.
Okay.
You can also make me like purple sparkly too.
All right, and with that, let's get into the episode. All right, we open. We're in a shuttle. We're on the Galileo 7 again. We got with Kirk, Spock, McCoy, and our Commissioner Hedford. She's complaining about the Starfleet, and McCoy saying, you can't blame the Starfleet. She got this rare disease, and they're heading back to the Enterprise for treatment. Then all of a sudden, this sparkly cloud in space shows up and drags him down to a planet.
So a couple things I noticed was, in the beginning you said that was the Galileo 7, and I was like, wait, what? That's the spacecraft? So here's me 20 years behind. The Galileo 7 again, and then I noticed that the sparkly cloud space thingy kind of looked like something familiar that we've seen before, and I was like, Galileo 7 and some space nut again? I was like, ain't no way that there's a running theme. And then it becomes even more running theme whenever I realize Galileo 7, Space Nut. When you have these two factors, you're getting stranded on a planet. Guaranteed. So.
Okay.
It's like another Cordrazine thing. So here's another
Here's
another t-shirt idea. It's the words, this is Galileo 7, an arrow pointing to Space Nut, equals stranded on a planet. Just saying.
Okay.
Stay off the Galileo 7. It's cursed.
Okay. Our next scene is still in the shuttlecraft. Basically, everyone's like, hey, this planet's basically just Earth, so let's go out there.
They were trying to make it to the Enterprise, so why'd they divert?
They
were rendezvousing.
The cloud dragged them to the planet.
Oh, then they didn't make the decision to go to Earth, the Earth planet.
No, they didn't.
But you were like, oh, hey, this planet's like the Earth, let's go there.
No, like, they've already crashed down the planet. They said, this planet's just like Earth, so let's go outside.
Oh, okay. I see.
Also, they tell Hedford to stay inside, and she's like, no.
I mean, if they're going outside, why can't she? I mean, I guess there could be the possibility of alien creatures and attacking her, but whatever. Who cares? She's already got a disease anyways.
Okay, so they go outside. Spock's checking the ship. Nothing's working.
Then they hear a man yelling. Yeah?
Not quite yet. Then Bones takes some tricorder readings and find that the space cloud that dragged them there is on the planet off in that direction. Then the man comes yelling.
There's a couple parts that I missed because I was tending to children.
Yeah, you're fine. Like, yeah, then this guy comes yelling. Guy runs over, introduces himself as Cochrane, says he was marooned here, and that their ship won't work because there's some sort of dampening field.
Did he introduce himself as Cochrane yet?
Yeah.
At that point?
Yeah. He just hasn't given his first name yet. That's when they put things together.
Oh, okay. Fun fact, I went to a school with a kid who was named after this guy, and I never knew because I was never into Star Trek until I met this big nerd. So, whenever I met him, he got this mouse pad after we started dating, right? After? Because you ordered it while we were together. And I saw it and I was like, no freaking way. And the only reason I know that his name was definitely a Star Trek reference is because he was one of the biggest geeks I've ever known when I went to school. So, Zephram, if you're out there, I remember you. And the only reason I remember you is because my husband's a Star Trek nerd.
Wow. Yeah, I bought that mouse pad like once me and David started doing this podcast.
Yeah.
I needed a mouse pad.
Flashbacks to back when I was in theater in high school, and there's just this big tall geek named Zephram. So,
all right, yeah. Kirk asked how we got stranded here. He's like, "I told you I was marooned." No, nothing further than that.
Yeah, the lack of detail is always a big fat red flag.
Yeah.
Although, whenever he was being so mysterious about the way he got there, I thought it was going to be, like, much more sinister than what actually was happening.
Oh, yeah.
This whole time I was sitting there like, he's going to kill him. He's going to kill him. He's going to kill him. But I was wrong every single time. This episode threw me for a dang loop. I could not tell what was going to happen the entire time. And I was kind of mad about that. Because I'm one of those people that's always trying to guess the ending. I'm that annoying person that watches a movie with you and is always like, oh, is this going to happen? And I bet it drives Brandon crazy. I just know inside. He's
sometimes.
Like, just watch the damn episode.
All right. After this conversation, there's a point where Kirk and McCoy are talking by themselves, and they both mention that he looks familiar somehow, but they can't place it.
Because he's a bit younger. You must be that one guy's grandkid.
All right. Then they go to Cochrane's house, and basically he says he He built it. He built it out of his old ship.
It looks a lot bigger on the inside. It's like a little TARDIS.
Kinda.
And I don't know how he made all the stuff he made, but I like it. It looks pretty cool. I did not like the shape of the pillow in his room.
Oh, yeah?
That bothered me.
I did notice.
It was ugly.
But yeah, they go in. Kirk picks up a piece of equipment off a table. He's like, "Where'd you get the antiques?" He's like, "You mean my instruments?" Like, just like we don't know this yet, but to him, this is just like normal technology.
You mean he's been there how long and he hasn't been like trying to keep track of time at all?
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, the only real response to that question would be like, "I got him on Facebook Marketplace. What are you talking about?" Where else would he have gotten him, Kirk?
He does say, "I imagine things have changed a lot since I crashed."
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure he's been keeping track of time. That's how he knows he's been there for 150 years.
I'm sure then the kind of guy he was that he would have understood that things have changed a lot.
Yeah. All right, that's when Nancy starts complaining about the temperature, saying that it's hot. Cochrane's like, "I mean, it's constantly 72 degrees. So I'll get you a drink, though." And that's when McCoy goes to Kirk and notes the temperature as a sign of her illness. I forgot what the illness was called.
Maybe Bones got her sick. Maybe he's infectious with some sort of cordrazine thing.
Blame it on the cordrazine.
Blame it on the cordrazine. It is the Starfleet's fault.
All right. Then I think Kirk, Spock, and McCoy go to the doorway, and outside they see the Wait, no, I was getting ahead of myself. They do see the swirly space cloud outside, but then Cochrane comes back. He's like, it's just the light playing tricks on you. There's nothing to explain here.
I don't know how long he thought he could get away with, like, being like, "Oh, it's just must have been the wind," without, like, obviously having to tell them. You know?
Yeah.
I'm glad Kirk puts his foot down and he's like, "Listen here, buddy."
Yeah, he does.
You'll find I have a very low tolerance level where the safety of my people are concerned. We find you out here where no human has any business being. We were virtually hijacked in space and brought here. Now, I'm not just requesting an explanation, mister. I'm demanding one.
And then Cochrane's like, fine. It was the companion. The what? Well, that's what I call it. Like, it keeps me young, keeps me alive, brought me here when I was dying.
He wasn't really dying. He was just old.
Well, like, he was out in space dying, yeah. He was dying.
He wanted to die out there.
He did want to die out there, but like, yeah, he was in his ship, he was dying. Like, his life support systems might have been out of it. I don't know. But like, yeah, he was out in space dying, and the companion brought him to the planet and de-aged him.
Saw a wrinkly old man and said, "Man, it'd be a lot hotter if he was young."
Yeah. All right, and then he introduces himself as Zephram Cochrane, who our crew knows as like the guy who discovered warp, the guy who's a famous historical figure. And he's like, "Yeah, that's me."
So what's it to you?
And they're like, "We're not sure about that."
Because wasn't he like supposedly dead like a long time ago?
Yep, but as Spock says, the body was never discovered till now. But yeah, he supposedly died 150 years ago. But nope, just been chilling on this planet.
I'd get really bored real fast.
That's what he keeps saying throughout this whole thing. He's like, immortality is boring. I want to get out of here.
Immortality would be boring if you had nobody else around you, if you weren't in society.
Exactly. That's why the cloud brought them here. Because he's like,
yeah.
I told the cloud that I would die if I couldn't see any other people. So instead of letting me go, it brought you guys here.
I'd just say I'm bored to death and see if, like, Cloud Lady could, like, bring me in a freaking, like, board game or something. Video game. I don't know. Something.
Yeah. And all throughout the scene, like, Nancy's condition is getting worse. That's worth mentioning.
I think she's just upset. She should just sleep it off. It's just her period.
And when Kirk asked Cocker for help, and that's when he said that immortality is really boring. And then he asked what's going on out in the galaxy, and Kirk says,
We're on 1,000 planets and spreading out. We cross fantastic distances, and everything's alive, Cochrane. Life everywhere, we estimate. There are millions of planets with intelligent life. We haven't begun to map them. Interesting?
How would you like to go to sleep for 150 years and wake up in a new world?
It's all out there waiting for you. But we'll need your help to get away.
You've got it.
I'd be terribly afraid that if he did get off the planet like this, that he would rapidly age, like that one episode. What is it? The animated one with the cute little guys. They're all different aliens. Not Lower Decks. Prodigy. When that one the Space Nebula guy, when he gets a body and they like rapidly... Did he rapidly de-age?
There was a scene where like he was getting closer to this like thing, that this time thing, and like it was rapidly aging the body he was in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think he says that he would just age normally.
Yeah, he does say that.
Yeah.
But I would have been scared that it would have like undone the stuff.
Rapidly turn him into James Cromwell.
I don't get that reference.
So there is a movie with this character, and we see him as an old man right before when he discovers warp. It's a Next Generation movie. The crew of the Enterprise go back in time, and they meet him, and they have to help him. They have to help him do his first warp test flight, because that's when the Vulcans see it and make first contact, and that like leads to everything in Star Trek. And the Borg went back in time to try to stop him from doing that, so they can take over Earth easier.
Oh.
James Cromwell was the actor who played old man Zephram Cochrane.
I see now. What movie is that?
First Contact.
What's the first movie I'm going to end up watching with you in this order?
Oh, if you watch it with me during the podcast, the motion picture.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, Star Trek: The Motion Picture. That's with the crew from this show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's like 6 movies with this crew, and then we get 4 with the Next Generation crew.
Dang.
Yep.
All right. We're gonna be busy.
Yeah, First Contact is the second Next Generation movie. All right, cut to Spock working on the shuttle. The cloud shows out and electrocutes him.
I don't think it was being very friendly.
Or actually, technically, we don't know that. Like, it attacks Spock and knocks him out, and like
felt like it was electricity because of his reader exploding.
Oh, yeah. Then like some mechanical parts of the ship like explode and catch on fire.
Was it parts of the ship? Because I thought it was just a little thing in his hand.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe like
It was just a thing in his hand.
I thought it was the open part of the ship.
Because I think he was trying
like,
to.
Because they had a panel open.
I don't think it exploded. I think it like sparked, but I don't know because the thing got mad when he like started to scan it.
Mm.
I think that's what he was doing, anyways.
I don't know. I just remember seeing fire.
God, the way he threw himself down was ridiculous. Like, I understand that it was the 60s, but I mean, come on, man. You got to commit to the bit.
Okay. Let's see. Back to Cochrane's house. Kirk asks if the companion could cure Nancy. He's like, I don't know. Well, how do you talk to it? It's nonverbal, but like she reads my thought. It reads my thoughts. He doesn't know it's a she yet.
Kind of sounds like how we communicate with each other. I just kind of assume you know what I want, and then whenever
I
you get it wrong,
don't.
I get mad. Hey, you do the same thing to me. Yeah, we communicate non-verbally.
All right, let's see. Then Cochrane walks outside. Then the companion comes, and they do their whole like it surrounds him communication thing.
I think you got to explain a little bit more.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, he just closes his eyes and he just like drifts off, and then just like consumes him.
Yeah.
And they just kind of stand there for a minute. That's weird.
And then Kirk and McCoy are like, it's almost like some sort of symbiosis, like love.
The way that they jumped to that conclusion so fast was kind of crazy, but that's a recurring theme in these episodes, I think, is romance.
Yeah, like Kirk's like, it's not like a pet in its owner. And then I think McCoy's like, McCoy's like, it's more than that. And Kirk's like, love. It is a weird jump, though. Yeah.
The way that you kept saying like they were like copulating was disgusting to me.
When we were watching the episode, I said he was boning a cloud.
It's like, I don't know. Maybe cuddling.
I don't know. He's inside the cloud. Okay. All right, back to the shuttlecraft. McCoy comes in, gets Spock up, and he's like, fascinating. It electrocuted me.
I think he liked that.
Maybe.
Is he in Ponfar?
He's not in Ponfar. Although that episode is coming.
I want to be part of that so bad.
Okay. Actually, hold on 1 second. Because I know that one's one we're doing in January. That's 3 episodes after this one.
Cool. I guess Dave will do the first 2, and when he gets tired, I'll do the 3rd one.
Yeah, we're actually doing 4 episodes in January, so...
Oh, good lord.
What?
Why?
Because there's that many Thursdays in January. There's more weeks in January next year than there are in December this year.
Would it make sense to record in December for the January month?
I mean, what we're doing is like we're skipping the first week of every month to record. And this is our new schedule for you listeners. We're skipping the first week of every month to record and banking all the episodes and then releasing all the episodes throughout the month.
I see.
Yeah. All right, so back at Cochrane's house, Spock puts a device on the table being like, just put this in his proximity and we'll electrocute it. Or I think he says, scramble its electrical impulse.
If there's anything I've learned from watching these episodes, it's always a great idea to try to experiment with the random entities that you know nothing about.
Alright, yeah. Alright, so then Cochrane goes out to try it, and it gets mad, and it turns red, and it attacks Kirk and Spock.
Who'da thunk it?
And for some reason doesn't attack McCoy, so he can say, "You're hurting them!"
Well, McCoy didn't try to electrocute them. He wasn't in the room.
I think he was.
He wasn't. He came into the room.
Oh.
He was somewhere else. I think he was talking to the lady or something.
Oh, yeah, probably taking care of Nancy. Alright,
And then guy gets up off the ground. Oh, they took out Cochrane whenever they put the electrode in him.
Did they?
Yeah, because whenever they, sent the impulse to the cloud lady, it, threw Cochrane on the ground and he, got knocked out.
Oh. I didn't know if he just got knocked out or, it just, pushed him away.
I'm pretty sure he got knocked out.
Okay.
Because he was out, and he, came to a while later, and he was, he was just like, let me just get calm real quick. Oh, we're about to go into Act 3, huh?
I have no idea what act is which.
Yeah, because whenever he says, stop it, you're hurting them, it goes black, and then it goes
It does
back
go
again.
black, so
then it's
it
Act
does
3 or Act 2.
it does change to another act.
I paid attention to that part.
Good job.
That's when a commercial break would have happened.
Yeah.
Back when commercial breaks were a thing.
I mean, they still are, just not on streaming.
Commercial breaks are a thing if you can't afford to not have commercial breaks.
Yeah, but they don't actually put them in those places.
Commercials are for poor people. We're poor people.
Yeah, but I still pay for no commercials.
On that. I want no commercials on my YouTube. So then after McCoy's like, stop it, you're hurting them. And then it cuts to black, and then he's like, stop it, you're hurting them. Again, because that was after commercial break, so you got to repeat the last line again. And then it cuts to Cochrane getting off the ground. And I don't think he can see what's happening, but he knows, Cloud Lady's, aggro.
Oh, yeah. He calls the companion again, and he calms it down.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, my baby's calling. Let me go check on him, even though I just electrocuted the crap out of him and knocked him out. And so she goes over and, eats him again and is like, and it's like, I'm calm now. Everything's fine. Sorry if you can hear me patting her.
You're fine.
I'm doing everything I can to keep her from being upset.
Kirk's basically like, how do you fight a thing like that? I've got, a ship, I've got, all of you people here, and there's a woman here dying because of me. And McCoy's like, that's not your fault. Kirk's like, I'm in command. Everything's my fault.
Oh, but I thought it wasn't the Starfleet's fault she was sick.
Yeah, but he's under her command, so if she dies on this planet, Kirk's gonna blame himself because he couldn't get her back to the ship.
I want to know. They said what she caught on the planet, but whatever. It was whatever it was super duper rare, and she caught it.
Yep.
That's what happens, man.
If you don't get all your vaccines.
She's an anti-vaxxer. That's why she's so angry.
No, I think Starfleet. No, I think she wanted the vax that Starfleet just didn't give it to her.
Oh, you're right. Maybe the vaccine was Cordrazine.
Blame it on the Cortrazine.
Always. It's the root of all problems. Root of all evil.
Kirk tells Spock to go back to the ship and get the universal translator.
Why didn't they think of doing that first of all?
Well, Spock says that's more. He says, "quote It's for use with more congruent life forms." So I think he's saying just like people who can have mouths and can talk, not clouds. But Kirk's like, we're gonna try it anyways.
Don't they use the universal translator for the cloud thing in Prodigy?
Yes, they use. Yeah, but then it's more. It would be more advanced by then.
I still think it would have been worth a shot the first time when they were like, "Can we ask it if it can fix our friend here?" You know?
Yeah.
I feel like when they were trying to communicate with it, if you're thinking in communication terms, that could have at least been on standby, at minimum. It's okay. They were panicking on a random planet, so.
Yeah. And also, like, the cloud guy in Prodigy. Like, that species is first introduced in the original series. And I think there is a way of communicating with that already in the original series. Like, I think Spock might, like, mind meld with it or something.
Interesting. Mind melding with the space cloud?
Well, with, like, the thing that Zero is.
Inside a suit?
Well, yeah, except it wasn't inside a suit. The suit wasn't a thing yet.
Isn't he a space cloud, though?
Yeah, he's like a little space cloud.
Yeah. I mean, this one isn't, like... I mean, it's a big blob, but, like, it's not...
This one's a big space cloud.
You can still touch it. You can go inside of it.
Yeah.
It can go inside of you.
All right. At this point, Nancy's getting really bad. It's worth mentioning.
There's like no outward visible signs that she's getting worse.
Yeah, there is. Like she's like in bed, like she's tired, she's sweaty, she's really hot.
What I'm saying is, like, in the last episode I did with you, she's not all splotchy and gross looking like McCoy was. She's just getting sweatier.
Knees weak, arms sweaty.
Oh, R.I.P. Eminem's mom, by the way. No more mom spaghetti.
Oh, did Eminem's mom die?
She did die
last
week, I
sad.
think. An entire generation was waiting for that spaghetti. And now we'll never get it.
God.
Ship's log, stardate 3219.8. Lieutenant Commander Scott recording in the absence of Captain Kirk. A shuttlecraft bearing the captain, the first officer, Chief Surgeon McCoy, and Assistant Federation Commissioner Hedford is now definitely overdue for a rendezvous with the Enterprise. We are attempting to backtrack it.
I wonder how long it's been since they got stranded.
I think they say like 5 hours. I think they say it's like 5 hours overdue.
5 hours overdue, and they were supposed to be... So whenever they got trapped, they were scheduled to meet up with Starfleet in like 4.5 hours. So that means that they've been there for like 5.5 hours. Not 5, 9.5 hours.
Okay.
If they were 5, I mean, probably more like 9 hours, but like whatever.
Maybe. All right. So we're on the bridge. They are coming up on the last established position of the shuttle. Sulu reports there's no antimatter residue.
There was basically no trace, no sign, no nothing to tell where they went, basically.
Well, there actually is, like, because Scotty has them, like, scan for...
Well, they could tell where it happened, but they couldn't tell where they went. They just knew the direction, right?
Well, they can, because Scotty says to scan, and then Uhura's like, yeah, if it flew away, but, like, if it...
It's a big galaxy, Mr. Scott.
But what if it was towed away, and Scotty's like, there would still be a trace of the residue, so, like, we can still follow it.
I thought that they were just kind of going in blind, because at a certain point they were like, scan all of these rocks, every single one of them.
Well, yeah, they were tracing the antimatter trail, and once the trail ended, like, Scotty basically just said, keep going in that direction. That's when Uhura said, like you said, it's a big galaxy, Mr. Scott. And then they follow it, and then they're like, all right, now we're going to search every one of these rocks.
I may just be assuming things, but the sexual tension when she said Mr. Scott, or like, it's a big galaxy, Mr. Scott, and the eyes she gave him, I was like, oh, I bet you I can find some Uhura and Scotty fanfic somewhere.
So,
Oh, there's history.
there throughout the original series and most of the movies, there's like absolutely nothing indicating anything like that. Apparently, in real life, these two actors bickered like an old married couple. So when they made the fifth movie, which is the worst of the original series movies, when they made the fifth movie, they just put this random scene where like they're a couple, like bickering like a couple.
Interesting.
Like, you were working on the ship, we were supposed to have lunch.
Interesting.
And then when the sixth movie came around, no mention or anything of it again.
Hey man, when you work with the same people all the time and you're in the same area, things happen. Look what happened to us.
One scene in the fifth movie.
It did not take very long for us to have to spend every single day together before I was like, hey, this one's okay.
All right.
I say that as if I didn't snipe you as soon as you showed up to camp.
All right. Back to Cochrane's house. Spock's working on the universal translator. Cochrane asks about it, and Kirk's like, well, there's basically like there's universal ideas and concepts throughout all intelligent life. This thing picks up on them and translates it into English, basically.
Yeah, because if there's a way for her to communicate to Cochrane, then there is a way for them to communicate with her.
All right. All right. So then Cochrane goes outside and calls the companion again, and then they use the universal translator.
Companion. We wish to talk to you.
How can we communicate? My thoughts. You are hearing them. This is interesting.
Feminine. No doubt about it, Spock.
Yes. The matter of gender could change the entire situation.
Way ahead.
And it is not a zookeeper.
No? A lover. Companion. It is wrong to keep us here against our will.
The man needs the company of his own kind, or he will cease to exist. He felt it to me.
One of us will cease to exist if we don't get her to a place where we can care for her.
The man needs others of his species. That is why you are here. The man must continue.
Companion, try to understand. It is the nature of our species to be free, just as it is your nature to stay here. We will cease to exist in captivity.
Your bodies have stopped their peculiar degeneration. There will be nothing to harm you. You will continue, and the man will continue. This is necessary.
That's the point where Spock's like, we should like ask science questions for research, and Kirk's like, no, I'm trying to get us out of here.
I feel like it could have been a good idea to do research questions, but...
And then basically the comedian says, you're being illogical, and goes away. Then they go back inside, and Cochrane asks why they built the universal translator with a woman's voice. Kirk says, we saw every sci-fi movie and only evil robots have male voices.
I think it's interesting for them to have the dynamic where it's either a male or a female voice when it could have just... I mean, and for it to pick up and choose either one, which is just so weird to me. I just feel like it should have had, like, a robot voice. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. What Kirk really says is, we didn't. It's a female cloud.
So there's got to be more of them out there somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
If there's sexual dimorphism amongst the clouds, then that means that there's more. Guess we'll never know.
Okay. And that's basically when they explained to Cochrane that the cloud views him as her lover, and then he's freaked out by it, and they're like, it's perfectly natural, it's just another species. And he's freaking out and he feels it's unnatural, which I think is valid, because like he didn't consent to being the cloud's lover.
I guess he was just like, oh, I thought we were just bros, we were just cool like that.
Yeah, it was just keeping me alive forever.
Just keeping him. Oh no, she had him in a jar.
All right, then Cochran leaves angry, and we get the scene between McCoy and Nancy. Nancy just basically being like, "I've never been in love. No one's ever been in love with me." And he has someone in love with him, and he runs away from it.
This is good, like, incel energy, honestly. It's like, you don't like it when somebody, like, sexually assaults you? I would kill to have somebody touch me. Ungrateful.
This is her thoughts on her deathbed.
You know, he was asking for it. What was he wearing?
A pink jumpsuit.
If you didn't want to be loved like that, then why were you nice to the cloud?
Ship's log, stardate 3220.3. Lieutenant Commander Scott reporting in lieu of the captain and the first officer. We are continuing our search for the missing shuttlecraft.
All right, on the bridge. This is the scene where they say, basically, we're going to search every rock till we find them.
Every single rock.
All right. Back outside Cochran's house. Cochran is communicating with the companion. And then Kirk pulls out the universal translator and talks to it.
Companion, you love the man.
I do not understand.
Is he important to you? More important than anything. Is he... as though he were a part of you?
He is part of me. The man must continue.
He will not continue. He will cease to exist. By your feeling for him, you are condemning him to an existence he will find unbearable. He will cease to exist.
He does not age. He remains forever.
You speak of his body. I speak of his spirit. Companion, inside the shelter, a female of our species is dying. She will not continue. That is what will happen to the man. Unless you release all of us.
I do not understand.
Our species can only survive if we have obstacles to overcome. You take away all obstacles. Without them to strengthen us, we will weaken and die. You regard the man only as a toy. You amuse yourself with him.
You are wrong. The man is the center of all things. I care for him.
But you can't really love him. You haven't the slightest knowledge of love, the total union of two people. You are the companion, he is the man. You are two different things. You can't join. You can't love. You may keep him here forever, but you will always be separate, apart from him.
If I were human, there can be love.
And then it disappears. And McCoy's like, what were you trying to do? Kirk's just like, show that it's hopeless. Like, hope that she sacrifices himself because she loves him.
I was just hoping that he'd be like, I'm not into you, space cloud. You freaking weird. You've been crawling around inside my body, and I don't like that. But I think it's strange that, I mean, he didn't follow through with his, like, the fact that he switched up whenever she got a body is just so weird to me. I just wish that he would have
still left.
I guess he just had to go think about his feelings real quick. I'm like, oh, maybe I do love her.
All right, it's at this point where they're outside talking where all of a sudden Nancy shows up at the door. She's all better, and her voice is echoey because she's now the companion and Nancy.
I wonder how far deep that goes, like how much of her was actually interested in him, how much of her wanted to be with him, and like what she's going to do now with her life. Because if you think about it, like, I don't know. Whenever they're like, you need obstacles to survive and blah, blah, blah. Well, what obstacles are they going to have that's going to be
They're
interesting?
going to start a farm.
That's it.
They're
Eventually, that's
farm
going to
on
be
this
it.
planet.
They're going to run out of things to plant. Are they going to have kids? Because if they have kids, then their kids are going to just die alone on that planet, or they're going to have to start doing some Sweet Home Alabama stuff.
They'll die all together.
Okay.
Okay.
I just feel like it's going to be really boring.
Basically, Cochrane and Nancy Companion, Nance Panion, decide that they're gonna be together. Also, the ship can fly off now.
What's her last name?
Hedford.
Compedford.
Competford.
I feel like it's more Companion than it is Nancy at this point, honestly.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
It does feel like that.
I don't feel any real part of Nancy besides her body, but it says that it's both of them, that they're both in there. But I didn't get any of her like previous like personality at all coming through towards the end. Like none.
All right. Then Kirk gets a hold of Scotty, tells him where they are, and like Scotty's on the way. All right. Then we have a scene with Cochrane and the Companion. Cochrane just being like saying, "I'm gonna show you all around the galaxy once I get the hang of it again." And Nancy's like, "Yeah, I can't leave. You can leave, but I can't. I'm stuck on this planet still, because I'm still the Companion."
It kind of sucks because the Companion could have just let go of Nancy and like let her go and do her own thing, which I thought was going to happen. I thought it was going to like leave her body and be like, well, now have experienced love now, and you can go do your thing, and then let Cochrane and Nancy be in love or something, and the Companion stays on the planet by herself and like, you know, makes that sacrifice so Cochrane can go back to his old life and Nancy can go back to her old life, and maybe they love each other or something. But it kind of sucks that she basically sacrificed both Cochrane and Nancy's life for their own selfish gain.
Lastly, we got to see the scene where Cochrane's explaining to the captain that he's gonna stay on the planet with the Companion, and he asked Kirk not to tell them about him, and he's like, "Not a word." And then they leave.
He asked Kirk not to tell anybody about him, but he didn't ask anybody else.
Oh, they won't.
I would have.
They're under Kirk's
I'm like,
command.
guess who I saw? Guess who I saw, guys? You know the guy that invented warp?
On Earth, specifically.
The guy who discovered warp on Earth? Yeah, that guy? I met him. And then everybody be like, you're effing crazy, dude. Because there was other people on that ship, and nobody said anything about it. I feel like that Kirk should have done them a solid and like drop some board games down there or something for them to play. Like, the only thing they're gonna have to do there is farm and copulate. That's it.
Yeah, alright. And that is the end of our episode. Final thoughts?
It's very clear that at this point in the series and in time, the only thing women are good for is romance. And that's it.
Fair.
And it does kind of suck. You can argue and say, Ahura doesn't have any... I'm talking about, like, when, like, you know, she's a member of the crew, and that is what it is. I'm talking about, like, women as part of the plot that are introduced. It's almost always romantically involved with somebody on the crew, or somebody in the story. Like, I feel
can't
like
argue that.
every single episode I've done with you has been somebody falling in love with a woman.
Not court martial.
I liked that one. I particularly liked that one. Maybe it's because it was less of a romantic drama.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Miri.
Yeah, and that was
Weird.
creepy.
Yeah.
All right, Miri. No one fell in love in the Galileo 7.
But there were no women in there. The
There was
women
a
died.
there was a yeoman down on the
Didn't
planet.
she die?
She didn't die.
Oh. But she was also just kind of like a useless character anyway. She just did nothing.
Okay. What else did we did?
And she wasn't really part
Conscious
of
of
the
the
plot. She
King.
just kind of existed there and was over dramatic.
I'm gonna pull up all the episodes we did real quick.
Got it?
Yeah, alright. Episodes we did together. Miri, The Conscience of the King, The Galileo 7, Court Martial, and then that last one we did, City on the Edge of Forever, which that one was just a love story.
Yeah. So what, 2 out of all those that we've done together?
Yes.
Which, I mean, we haven't done a crazy amount together, but I feel like I've done enough that it's kind of like... it's just boring as a theme. It's like, I'm so tired of the romance trope. I understand that, like, that gets a lot of people, but I'd like to see, what is that called when it, God, it's like this something test where, like, women on
The Bechdel test?
Yes. God, that's exactly what it is, isn't it? They don't pass.
It gets better once we get to, like, Next Generation.
I imagine it does, but
Yeah.
I still very much enjoy the episodes, and I'm not bothered by the theme, because I understand it's a different time and things have advanced a lot more since then.
Yeah.
And we're able to make female characters have a lot more depth and not just be used as pawns for a romantic scheme. And, you know, for what it is at that time, I can appreciate it, and I'm not mad about it. I'm not gonna go up in flames and write on Twitter being like, "Wow, they're so sexist," you know.
Okay. This is an alright episode. In my mind, I can't separate it from First Contact. Like, I can't watch the episode without tying it back to First Contact in my mind, and it makes it better. But yeah, that's something that I need to work on. Alright, so we will be off next week, but the week after that, join us for Friday's Child. You can find me everywhere at Couch Talks Movies. You can't find Ryan, don't even try.
I got a Facebook. Oh, I got Pinterest now.
Alright, and you can find the show at patreon.com/tomorrowisyesterday, where we're still doing early ad-free episodes of the show. I think I'm going to be dropping those on Mondays. Assuming I get the editing done on Mondays.
Whatever happens.
The Monday before. But yeah. So yeah, and you can still get the archive of our exclusive content over there. So yeah, patreon.com/tomorrowisyesterday. And until next time,
live long and continue.